BTG, Bridge the Gap. We right here, yeah. From the front row seats to the back, from the day ones down to the new pack, from the don't know zone to the true facts. Hit play, let me show you where we at. Convos jump from the brain to the heart. Fitness, careers, entertainment, that's the art. You ain't gotta have the answers on tap. That's why we built BTG, Bridge the Gap. Welcome to BTG, Bridge the Gap. Take a seat, vibe with me, we relax. Big talk, real talk, we unpack. Hit subscribe, come ride, we bridge the gap. Welcome to BTG. Every click, every clip, new tracks, new views, same truth, no cap. Hit that bell, stay tapped, we bridge the gap.
All right. Welcome back. If you tuned into the first episode, thank you. And if you haven't done already, subscribe. Make sure you like it so that way we can get some more people to come in and engage with us. Because like I said in the last video, that we're going to have some people come on. Some of the people I've known personally to talk about their experiences with their growth, their career, their fitness, and so on and so forth. And if you didn't already checked out the title, you would have seen that it said why I walked away from my doctorate for AI marketing design. So I did start a new career path, or a new educational path, which I would say is AI marketing and design. Why did I choose that? Why did I choose that route versus sticking it out to go through my what you would call a doctorate degree, which is what I was doing. I think it was strategic innovation is what my doctorate was going to be in. And I said this for years and years, forever. Every time someone asks me, what do you like about school? You always go to school. You're always in some type of education. You're trying to get better grades or more diplomas, more degrees, whatever have you. I always say the same thing. Degrees are bullshit. And don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying degrees are bullshit. Why would I say that? It's because when you get hired at a institution, a facility, a company, a brand, whatever, half the time, if not 90, I would be generous. 75% of the time, everything that you learned in school, you're not applying that on a career. No one's teaching you that on the career field. What they do is allow that as to be a gateway to get you to apply, to narrow out the competition of anybody that wants to apply, right? That's typically what companies and businesses are doing with these degrees. And I think it's BS. I call it like my very, I think everybody says this. A bachelor's degree is BS, meaning bullshit. How much, excuse my language, if you're young, ask your mom and dad for permission to watch this channel. I don't mean to be cussing so much, but if you got a bachelor's degree, we call it a bullshit degree because most of it is bullshit. It has nothing to do with actual what do they call core classes that you have to know about that career field in your bachelor. And I'm not trying to hate on nobody that got a bachelor's degree. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I got one too. I got it, but I call it a bullshit degree. Why? Because I just bullshitted as much as I can through high school, through college. And I did end up with like a 3.8 or 3.5. I can't remember. It was one of the two. So it's not like I was just terrible at school. It's just that I had to bullshit it because none of it actually aligned to what I really wanted to do. And I had a bachelor's degree in business management, right? And then you had a master's, right? Master's, now that how you say it, level of education, or I forget they call it professional or undergrad or professional grad. I can't remember the terminologies that they use, but that level of degree, now that costs some thinking. I will say that. Definitely cost some thinking. I got a master's in business administration. I got a master's in psychology, and I have a master's in human resources. So I got 3 masters, right? So not saying that education isn't important, but I learned through the process of going through school that you have to have these degrees. Same when I was in the military, you want these degrees. Why? Because it makes you competitive. I'm always competitive. That's what reason why I love fitness, because it's always competitive. You can't fake being fit. You can't fake being the top tier in something that you actually want to achieve. That's the same way I looked at it with education. Okay, if we go to the same interview, you got a bachelor's, I got a bachelor's, you got a master's, I got a master's. Well, I got three. I'm more competitive. I should be more. I should be more competitive than you. But as most of us know, that's into the work field and into the career field that we're actually in, you actually learn that it really boils down to, and I hate to bust anybody's bubble that's going through school, and I encourage you to finish school, but it's all about who you know. At the end of the day, hey, can you get me into the door? Can you help me out? And I didn't realize that when I was in the military. Story time, right? So when in the military, it's common knowledge that, oh, you served in the military, you're going to get a veteran's preference with any position that you apply for. So that means you're going to get hired. This is what they preach. I was a recruiter as well, so I know the lingo, right? So you're going to get chosen first based off veteran preference because of education, and then having the education of being a vet, you're going to go higher on the scale. But a lot of times, a lot of companies in the civilian world, they don't recognize what we do in the military unless they have a military liaison that actually understands and knows the careers and fields that we worked in. They could correlate that to the civilian sector. But most of the time, civilians are like, oh, you was in the military? Good. Congratulations. Shoot them up, bang, bang. That's all they know, regardless if you were to logistics, what else is there? Admin, whatever in the military. You could have been a damn dentist. They're like, oh, they correlate that military, right? Oh, you was in the military. So they don't really understand the gravity of what you do as far as your contribution of what you did in that career field to correlate with what you can actually bring to the table in their organization. And once I learned that, working in the workforce in the civilian side, I realized, well, it doesn't serve any purpose of talking about my military experience and what I did in the military, because whenever I came up to an interview and I discussed what I'd done, they always were like, oh, okay. Because a lot of our programs and systems are not the same as what is ran here on the civilian sector. So you're talking something totally, let's say for my military folks, this is, for example, iChrome. No civilian knows what iChrome is, but they know Workday, whatever else is out there. All I know is Workday right now, Payday, whatever else. But you know, those that work in those HR positions, you know what I'm talking about. They know those type of systems, and they're like, oh, that's what they correlated with. So they don't understand when you tell them that you done the same thing, but just with a different system. So, but caveat back, education, right? So reason why I chose to walk away from my doctor, and I was very far in my doctorate program. Like I said, I was doing business management for my doctorate degree. I wanted to get my doctorate in business management. And then I kind of switched gears to strategic innovation. And I was like, I'm going to go this path route because I didn't want all of my degrees to kind of be like the same as far as title. I didn't want a bachelor's in business, HR and master's, and then a doctorate in business. I want to be more versatile. So I was like, okay, strategic innovation, that is business, but the title of it stated something totally different. So to me, I was like, okay, that may trigger employers to be like, man, this dude actually is innovative, right? Where he can he can adapt to different positions that we put him in. So that was my goal. I want to be more versatile is the word I guess you can use for it, right? But as I continued in my doctorate, I was flying through it. No problem, no cut, no issues. And then I started to run into issues with one of my instructors, right? My professors or whatever you want to call them, right? So I ran into a problem with one of my professors, and I took his class 4 times, mind you, 4 times before I passed. Every single time I took his class, it's like it was let's say I took his class the first time. I would turn in all my work, whatever, and he would grade it, but come back with errors on the first paper. So then I fix the errors, return it back to him. He'll send me more errors. Then he'll do it again. And we would play this tennis ball game back and forth, till it got demoralizing. I had to keep asking him, like, can you help me help you to help me to stop turning in these aka trash ass papers. And he told me specifically, this is when I knew that it was I was shooting in a different ball range, is when he told me, if I have to help you teach, or excuse me, if I have to teach you, I can't remember the way he framed it, but I'm gonna just summarize it. He said, if I have to teach you how to write at this level, you're not ready for a doctorate degree. I was pissed. I'm like, who you talking? He professionally told me your shit is trash. So it really pissed me off, right? Yeah, and I was real mad, and I was like, man, this dude's not gonna help me. Took me 4 times. This dude failed me. Well, I was getting D's, right? Fail. But still, it's a fail. It's a F. When you're in that, D's get degrees for a bachelor, but it don't get no D's don't get no degrees for no damn doctorate program. That ain't gonna happen. But and I had to get B's. Like my program was, I had to get A's and B's. So I think, yeah, it was only A's and B's. I couldn't get a C. Like it had to be in that range of I can't think of the words, but it had to be there. So that was the problem that I had ran into when I was going into my doctorate. It did kill my motivation a little bit. That's when I started thinking, like, man, is it really worth it to get a doctorate degree? But then I always want to be like, I want someone to say doctor on the front of my name, Doctor blah blah blah, Doctor Spaceman. That's my tag name. Hey, follow and subscribe to the page. Follow my Instagram page, Spaceman Physique. So Dr. Spaceman, right? So that's what I wanted the people to call me. Because I want to, and it really was more of an ego trip. Story time. I was in the military, right? Obviously. And I said that, man, when I get to a position, the people that piss me off in this organization, and they definitely did piss me off in that organization. I love the military for what it provided for me and the discipline that it gave me, but the leaders and the people that I got to be around definitely was not leaders, and they could not lead water to a well. Literally. Fuck, terrible, but that's another day for another story. But anyways, I wanted my leaders in an arrogant type of way, prideful type of way, to have to say doctor before every time they spoke to me, just out of just pure disdain, because I knew that they would hate it to have to refer to me in that way, because I would demand it, because that's my title, right? That would be my title, but that's a little bit, that's how I was going to push it. Who knows if it actually was going to push that way, because in the military you get called name and rank, but that was my goal, and I was going to have a little name tape doctor in front of it, and that's what my way of pissing people off is what I was going to do. And I never, tried to go back and forth with none of my leadership. So I tried to be as much respectful as I can until the very end of my military career, which I'll talk about later at another date, on how they definitely tried to screw me over. But hindsight 2020, it is what it is. So I chose to walk away from my doctorate. I was 6 classes away. And then as I was in these classes, I was just realizing, like, man, it's demoralizing just to sign in to school just to even do it. I didn't even want to have to do that. I was like, man, this, excuse me, I'm trying not to curse so much. This stuff is boring. Like, it's boring. But I kept telling myself, I can get a doctorate, I can get hired anywhere. But I'm like, if I can't even get hired with 3 damn master's degrees, what makes me think that I'm going to get somewhere with a doctorate program, right? So then I started thinking, like, let me think outside the box. So I went to school, and I started trying to go to school to get my degree in cybersecurity. But I quickly learned that is not something I want to do. I do not know how they do these functions, these things, this. I was 2 years into that program as well. And I was kicking along, B's and C's. I didn't care. I was like, okay, I could just drive through this and I can get my bachelor's degree and get hired. But then I realized, like, I don't want to be a part of a company and they expect me to know some stuff, and I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I can know how to click, and I know the functions and how to do this, but I don't know what the hell this degree is about. So when I started doing that, I was like, man, I got to find another avenue to pivot to. So then I started to look at how AI started taking over the world. And I'm like, man, because I was very oblivious to ChatGPT. My twin brother, I got a twin brother. Shout out to my brother. He put me on to ChatGPT. And I was like, man, what is this thing? And he was like, showing me how. First, he showed me how he could create. I forget what it's called. was coding. He was coding on ChatGPT and showing me that he could code and create like a website or something like that. I'm like, damn, that's dope. I didn't realize that it was actually being used at that time. I was so naive to AI and ChatGPT and all that stuff. Was that it is you could use it for every damn thing, everyday life. And he was telling me, like, oh yeah, I use it for emails. And I'm thinking to myself, how do you use it for emails? But I was still into my doctorate program. So to me, I was like, I wasn't thinking on that type of level of what AI was. I really didn't know what AI was. I didn't understand anything about AI. I'm just thinking like, oh, this must be some Elon Musk Tesla stuff. That's all I kept thinking, But as the years went on, I started to understand and learn what ChatGPT and what AI started to become. I said, okay, man, this is going to be huge. Like, how do I get in this early so I'm not missing the boat? Because the days of degrees are gone. I'm going to be real. Those days are gone for us younger folks or older folks. If you're not already set in stone, instilled in a position with your degree, now I'm not telling you getting a degree is not going to help you get to a certain job, but that's not no longer, from what I can view, value to get you to where you want to be in life as far as a solid career. You want something that's innovation, that's going to grow. So I was like, man, what's growing right now that you can jump into? At first I thought about, man, I could be a freelance photographer because I like photographer and video editing. I started to learn those type of tools. So then I thought, man, damn, it would be cool. AI. So I started looking at schools and looking at opportunities. I said, man, AI marketing and design. I said, that is beautiful. That is everything that I want to kind of branch myself into, because not only do I learn about AI, I learn how to market and I learn how to design. So that program is what I'm going to start. And I'm going to be posting some stuff more on my social media. What's that called? What do you call that thing? Instagram. I'm going to be posting more on my Instagram in my path or my journey through these next. I think I graduate, when I looked at the date, was 2029. So those that stick around, that want to know and learn about the things that I'm learning in my bachelor's program for AI marketing designs, be a great thing, because I'm going to be going through the courses. You can kind of pick up the game and the tips and tools and see what I'm doing or what the industry is expecting students to know, so that way they can be better employees for their companies. Because when I talk to the my counselor, he was telling me that at the school that I'm going to is going to be companies that they will hire you to be interns to learn, and they'll look at your portfolios and all this and see what you're doing in school, and they may bring you on as just an intern. So at least at best, I'm going to be able to get some knowledge and some one-on-one time with hopefully some good employers that have opportunities for me when I decide to exit out of this career field, right? Or graduate with my bachelor's program, right? So that's my goal, right? Is to do that. I don't know, something I was going to pull up here. So that's why I decided to move into AI marketing and design, right? And I want everybody to understand, like, when you're going on, and I speak, and everybody know this, right? So I'm gonna back up, digress. I like that word. I'm gonna digress for a little bit. Everybody knows, like, when you're growing up, what you originally viewed yourself to become or do, it changed like 7 times. And there's nothing wrong with changing, but as long as you're taking steps to go forward and not backwards, make those changes. You may start off with a bachelor's degree in business management, and then next man, I kind of really like HR, so now I'm moving to HR. Man, I kind of really like what do you call it, healthcare management, let me move into that. Those are different avenues, but you can still pivot yourself, and there's no time where it's kind of like, okay, you can call it like stagnant time where you're just wasting time. No, learn everything you need to learn. If you're learning those things in those courses, take that stuff with a grain of salt, or not a grain of salt, but take it with a pile of salt, so that way you can use it for your career and your profession and your goals in life. And you can actually help teach people as well, because you can then be a mentor and be like, hey, I've done it this way. This is what I found out. I learned this from this path, this path, this path. And you can be more incisive to someone that's actually looking for those opportunities. So now let me move on, because I saw this thing on social media. Let me see if I can find it. Give me some time. But I really like the title. Why I walked away from my doctorate for AI marketing design. All right. Okay, here we go. I saw this on social media. I'm gonna see if I pull this up, and it was funny to me because I was like, man, this hits home, right? So it says, don't let your job keep you away from looking sexy. Go to the gym, right? And I think about that all day. Like, man, you're not about to stop me from going to the gym. But then it hit me like, as I had one of my bosses ask me, what is the difference from you getting out of the military? What made you get out so early, right? And I said, man, I got to a position where I saw where my leadership was, or my, let's say, my first sergeant or sergeant major. I saw what their position was. I saw what they were already doing in that position. And I realized, like, do I want to do this for another, which I had like 7 more years. I retired 13 years, but I had 7 more years. And I said, do I want to do this for another 7 more years and continue to play this game for 7 years to do what they're doing when I see what they're doing and it doesn't really entertain me? Nah, I just can't do that. I had already got my master's degree, multiple homes, etc. I was like, what else can the military offer me? They can offer me a fucking way out of there. That's what they could offer me. And I got, but I got up out of there. But that was my mindset. I was like, I saw that goal or that end result, and I was like, I don't want that for myself. You know, it's a great career path. Don't get me wrong. Do 20, go to the military. If you're in the military, get your 20, walk out, get your 100% from the VA, walk out. If you got any medical issues that you had occurred while you're in the military, definitely get yourself checked out and get everything that's just due to you, right? But I say that all to say, I saw the end goal where I was going to end up, and I didn't like it. It's like you could see your face in the future, and I was like, do I want my future to look like this? It's an easy path. Don't get me wrong. The military is the most easiest thing to do. Easiest. If someone comes in the military, oh, it was hard. They yelled at me and they told me what to do. There is no thinking in the military. You do not think in the military. The military thinks for you. They tell you when to wake up, tell you when to start work, tell you when to get off, tell you when to report, tell you when to go to school, tell you when to go to the next class, tell you it's not hard. It's not rocket science. I don't understand how some people come in and get all disgruntled. It's because you had to be a terrible fucking soldier. Like, and don't get me wrong, as you start to exit and when your goals change in the military and it no longer aligns with the military, if you don't have good leadership around you to help coach you and mentor you and help you out the military, they will try to screw you every second they can until you leave. I've seen it. I went through it, and we'll talk about it another time. Not today, another time. But they will try to screw you, run you through the dirt for no reason. And I'm sitting there like, I'm digress because I'm gonna go into it, and I don't want to go into it on this topic. But I read this and said, don't let your job keep you from looking sexy. Go to the gym. Even in my career field now, I look at it now. I'm like, I see where my boss is, see where my boss at, and I'm just retired out of the military, so everything I'm doing, I'm brand new, so I got another quote unquote, let's say 25 years, not really, but you say 20 years, right? Do I want to do that shit for 20 years? I'm already retired. But so I always tell myself I need to keep myself alive, keep myself enjoying what I'm actually doing. So that's why I looked at AI marketing design. I really, really like that career path. I really, really like the courses. And then also I get all this recording equipment. Not here right now, but when I get it, y'all gonna see. I'm gonna do a video of all the stuff that I get for this degree program, and how they're giving me all this recording equipment to make sure I build a great portfolio. I'm like, man, they really are setting me up for success in this career, so that way when I do put stuff together, it's actually gonna be professional. It's actually going to be something that maybe I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying it. I'm just using it as that example, right? Like maybe I can be doing marketing for Coca-Cola. Maybe I can be doing AI marketing for Pepsi. Maybe I can be doing AI marketing for Celsius, so on and so forth. Whatever the goals may or the path may take me to on my journey. But what if I do get those opportunities? At least I learn what those people are learning today. It's what the mindset I have, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm willing to do that because it sounds fun. Who wouldn't like sitting there recording recording themselves, especially for people that, let's say, that's into podcasting. Like, and this is something I kind of picked up because I was like, man, I want to do something. I want to be able to enjoy stuff that I do. And this is what I love to do. I love talking to people about building their careers, building their fitness, challenging themselves, changing their lives. And this is a great way for me to do it, to let that outlet out for myself, right? And not only that, you have, for those that are parents, talk to my parents real quick. Shout out to my parents, moms, dads, a few aunties, whatever. If you, how you say, a guardian over a child, what you have to do is make sure that, and I'm not telling you what to do, but what I chose to do, if I choose to continue to go outside the box of my life, it allows my kids to see, damn, daddy did this, daddy did that, daddy did that. Yep, daddy did it all. Shit, where can I go that he has not gone, that he cannot give me some type of advice for? That's my goal. And that's my goal in life, to do and leave for my kids. If anything, they have a record to show that dad did this. My kids will always know dad went and got his education. Dad's now playing around on the internet with the mic. No, I ain't about to rap, but dad doing that. But I want to do so much in my life to where my kids will see that, okay, if my father could do this, I can do the same thing. And this ain't now story time. One thing I noticed when I grew up, right, as all of us do, we saw and watched our kids, saw and watched our parents do things in their life, and it's always been built around us, right? We're like sponges. We soak up everything we see. One thing I always knew about my father is he's going to go to work. He's up early, he's in late, he's tired, and one thing I really, really valued, and that I had the opportunity and pleasure of value when I was playing sports, he took me to my sports in the morning. He was at every damn practice and the games. Like every practice that he could make, which was damn near all of them, because I can't really remember, only a select few practices that he wasn't really at. But most of the time, I always knew he was there, right? He was always there. Like my father was always there. So I was blessed to have that. My mom was super nurturing, right? So she's super nurturing. She always was loving. That's her spirit. That's what she kind of has about herself. So I learned that about that. And that's what I kind of give off to my kids. My kids know daddy gonna work. They know daddy loves on them. All the time. Anybody been around me with my kids, I kiss them like 100 times before I let them go away from me. But that's just me showing my love to them, right? But back to the topic at hand. Like I said, I lost my passion for pursuing my doctorate degree. I figured out that I need to choose a path that I want to enjoy. And part of that enjoyment, I started looking at AI, and not just like Chat GPT. Everybody knows how to use Chat GPT. And I'm going to say something about Chat GPT. It's a good tool. This is perfect. These are good tools to help you. It's not going to be the thing that elevates you. And the reason why I say that is because as you see Chat GPT coming out, these are some new things that I've saw. Cluey, some stuff like that, right? And a whole bunch of other networks of AI things that are coming out that are doing the same thing ChatGPT does, but double the work. The best one that I've come across is Perplexity. If you don't know what Perplexity is, I said I was going to do a video about Perplexity and the difference between Perplexity and ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like a yes man. That's typically what it is. You're going to feed it with information, and you got to get it to not just say yes to what you're telling it. You have to program it to challenge whether you are actually right. And it's only going to get better a little bit, but it's not going to really improve on how it's operating, right? But when you move into Perplexity, if you haven't used Perplexity, use it, and it costs some money, right? It's not just a little Chat GPT. And you go to the computer mode on Perplexity, it's going to challenge everything you say, and I love it because it's like I can't be like, hey, if I do 100 push-ups, I'm going to be 100 push-ups a day, I'm going to be super in shape. It's going to be like, nope, that's bullshit. I don't know where you learned that from. I'm summarizing. It doesn't talk like that. But this is the feedback I get. That's bullshit. I don't know where you learned that from, but you need to go back and revise. Maybe I suggest you need to start doing this, and this. Whether if you think that's work and you think that's going to work, go ahead and do it. But it's not going to work. I can promise you. But if you don't add this, you're not going to see results. I'm like, damn, this thing talk like he a coach. But not saying take coaching advice from an AI system, but use these things as tools and also challenges. It's just like how do you say? I can't even think of a scenario that I could use. But let's say for example, you go to the doctor. The doctor says, let's say, oh, perfect. The doctor gives you blood work, and he says, hey, these are your blood markers, and he got 150 things on it. Let's just say, and they only touch. Let's say for men, I'm speaking about men. Men, this is your testosterone level. Women, these are your estrogen dials. Da, 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 da. Okay, well, what about these other numbers? They don't go over these things line by line by line by line by line. But let's say you throw that in ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like, oh, it will give you, hey, I think these things you need to look at. These are good. These are good. These are great. This are this and that. Okay, but it looks like you're doing good if you follow this path. Thumbs up. You throw that thing in a perplexity, and it's going to, and you have to also have some baseline knowledge of things too, because if you're just relying on the AI, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you know what the hell it's telling you to be true, right? You gotta definitely know that. But Perplexity will actually break it down. Hey, me looking at this, you must be eating burgers on the side. You must be eating chicken and cupcakes because your levels, it shouldn't be this damn high. This is way high. What are you taking? Because you got to be taking something in order for your levels to be high, because that's not normal. It's not normal for a regular person to have. So I was like, damn. So that's my analogy on how all the systems work, right, between ChatGPT and Perplexity. But I'm gonna try to do another episode where we talk more about it. But the thing about AI and where we are moving towards in this life, and I seen something on, oh man, let me see if I can find it. Oh dang, I wish I should have saved it. I seen it on Instagram today, and it was a robot. What was this damn robot? A laundry robot. Let me see, laundry robot. I think it was like Tesla. I don't know. I can't think of it. Let me see. Ah, there it is. Ha ha ha. Hold on. I opened it up and did something to it. I'm just gonna read it because I don't have time. It says that I'm gonna play it. It says that hey maid. This is crazy. It says, hey maid, one-time technology officially scheduled to start shipping their humanoid robots. I'm gonna see if I can post this on the chat. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm gonna post this on here so y'all can see what I'm reading, and y'all can view it too, and we're gonna read it along. I should have prefaced this, did this before I jumped onto the thing record, but it just popped in my head. So let me see. AI, name it AI. Boom. Try to pull this up real fast for us, man. Boom, boom. All right, there it is. So I'm gonna read it off my phone, but so y'all can see what I'm reading. It says, "Hey maid, number one technology officially scheduled to start shipping their humanoid robots, Neo, in late 2026. You can own one with a 200 deposit." Now y'all really about to be, hey fellas, y'all really about to be eating chicken Alfredo. Sisters ain't about to be cooking nothing. Yeah, they got a damn robot to do the laundry. When she talk about she can't cook and she can't clean, you better have a damn robot cooking and cleaning. Shoot, but that's what they got now. Talking about I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me tell you, I got this ring. You got it for the damn AI robot. Goddamn, hey man, we are done. What do you say? We cooked. We cooked. These women are about to be mid, skip. Feel me? I feel bad for y'all, but but nonetheless, let me go back to that topic. But I thought I brought that up because man, that was crazy to me when I started see. But the reason why I bring that up is I start seeing things like that elevate and start changing more and more and more in our lifetime. We have to start changing with times. If we're not changing with the times, then you're going to be stuck. It'll be like those baby boomers. Like, how do you use a computer? The computer been here for 15 years. You chose not to use it. How do you use your email? Don't fall behind the curve. And I'm not saying you have to drop out of your degree and go get your AI degree, but if I was you, if those that are in school, those that are not doing anything or pursuing certain careers, you even see that they're saying, oh, we're going to fire multiple people to have you to work in damn Amazon, to work in wherever. You got damn delivery bots and delivery people serving food, building houses. So you need to start navigating with the time. And now that AI is starting to be more prevalent now today, it's more and more it will behoove you to start making those adjustments now, so that way you can actually be relevant in the future before we get to iRobot time and the goddamn robots doing everything, and you gonna be that one, what's his name, Will Smith, chasing a damn robot. And then, but you might be on something. If you chasing a robot, you ain't got no faith in them, and then shit hit the fan, and you might be the only one saving our lives. So actually, you the one that don't trust AI. You be the one to stick to it, because you gonna save our lives one day. No, just joking. But I say it all the time. I'm gonna double back because I see I'm on here for a long time. I don't want to make this episode too long. I just want to kind of bring it up to speed, because I know I speak to all my family and friends, and they talk about my doctorate. My cousins, they both going after their doctorate. We was like in a race. One of my cousins, she got her doctorate, and then my other cousin, he got his doctorate, and we talk about it all the time. So now we're like, he called me the other day. I got to call him back, man. Cuzzo, so if you're watching this, man, I'm going to call you back, man. Don't worry about it. I just be so damn busy with work, man. I promise you. But nonetheless, we always talk about our doctor's degree, our program, how far we on. So it's like motivational to kind of keep going forward. But now I'm trying to pivot it, my life and my career path, because it's not aligning with my goals right now and my passion, right? So I'm excited again. I'm excited for the school that I'm about to start. I'm excited about AI. I'm excited about my marketing and design career. And I can't wait to actually get started. I actually start this month, so I go fly down to the school. I'm going to do some stuff about it, so y'all get to see and go along with me on my career, my journey, and we're going to talk and we're going to enjoy this together. So if you stick around and you want to learn more about AI marketing design, what the schools are actually teaching today, you're going to be able to get a little sneak peek, because I promise you I'm not about to go to school and then come here and teach y'all school. I'm not. But I will go over like some of the highlights and things that I am learning. And if you got questions, drop it in the chat as I'm going over those things. Shoot me a DM, message, whatever. But you can subscribe to the channel. Stay locked in. You can subscribe to my fitness page, Spaceman Physique. And on Instagram, Spaceman Physique 9800. So subscribe to their channel as well, so that way you can check me out. If you got any questions about fitness, maybe coaching, you need a coach, you need somebody to go over blood work with you, whatever it is that you are doing in your career or doing in your life. And if you need some assistance, some motivation, hey, hit your boy up. You feel me? We can try to build out of this world physiques. That's why I like to title my Instagram name Spaceman Physique. We're building out of, excuse me, how did I say? Let me back up. We're building out of earth physique. I think that's how I said it. I don't know, but I'm gonna clip that because I said it. I was the first one to say it. Spaceman Physique. We're building outer body physiques. No, that's not what I said. Spaceman Physique. We're building out of this world physiques. Yeah, clock it. What y'all be doing? Clock it. Y'all be killing me with that. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I be on some of y'all little. I don't be on it, but like I'm like, man, they funny now. Like they be like, clock it. Okay, I don't know what it means, but it's funny. And my kids be telling me, Dad, 6'7". I'm like, what the fuck does that? Excuse me, what the hell does that mean? And they be telling me, oh, it's not. It means nothing. So why do you say it? But it's funny to see the how you older now, so you see all the youth do their cool little gadgets, and you're like, okay, that's their thing, that's their era, right? So it's kind of funny to look at it and laugh, and I can appreciate it, right, as we all could. But lastly, before I get up out of here, man, I'm gonna drop another. So if y'all watched the first episode, I did drop a video, and what that video is actually an album, right? So I made an album for my channel, and I made multiple albums, and it's for my channel, and it's also for my fitness program, right? So it's pretty much, it goes in phases. As people start their fitness journey and they start to change their habits in their life, there are phases that you got to go in to make sure that your goal is going to align with your progress. So the first album is about your phase 1, second album phase 2, third album phase 3, and where you should be in that alignment with your fitness. But like I said, I made these little AI videos. Oh, here we go. Is it right here? With the song. I only did it for the first album. I don't know if I'll do it continually with the second album. I got all the albums done, and I'm going to post it sooner or later. I just gotta get time to get it all uploaded. It'll be on all the streaming websites, so y'all can tune in, slap it. To me, I listen to it when I'm in the gym because every song says something about staying fit, getting in the shape. When you hear the music, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. It's about a fit. It's really good. I slap it even when I'm driving. I be slapping like go go. You feel me? I be busting with it. But hold on, I'm gonna play the next song. Then we're gonna get you up out of here.
Early morning, same hoodie, same grind, same story. Yeah, yeah. Calendar packed, eyes half closed. Still I'm up chasing what I chose. They gon' call it crazy, I call it fate. Bet the whole table on my own name. Coffee gone cold on the side of the desk. Phone face down when I'm feeling that stress. Talking to God, to my wounds, to my wins. How you won't change if you quit mid-spin. It's a lifestyle, not a phase. I don't clock out, I just pray. I don't dim down, I upgrade. No days off, that's the way I'm made. It's a hard shift, not a trend. Same hunger from start to end. Bridge the gap, we build and we stay. Lifestyle, not a phase. They want quick hits, I want legacy. I'm tryna heal both sides of the street. In the kitchen talking good advice. Don't chase fame, boy, count sacrifice. Mic by the laptop, notes by the bed. Ideas hit late, can't rest this head. If they never clap, still I run these laps. I'ma show my kids how to carry that map. It's a lifestyle, not a phase. I don't clock out, I just pray. I don't dim down, I upgrade. No days off, that's the way I'm made. It's a hard shift, not a trend. Same hunger from start to end. Bridge the gap, we build and we stay. Lifestyle, not a phase. Got my faith in the middle of the pressure. Get my peace while I leveled every step up. If they ask what it take to be brave, tell them mine right first, then the plays get made. Yeah, it's a lifestyle, not a phase. I don't clock out, I just pray. I don't dim down, I upgrade. No days off, that's the way I'm made. It's a hard shift, not a trend. Same hunger from start to end. Bridge the gap, we build and we stay. Lifestyle, not a phase. Lifestyle, not a phase.
All right. Oh, hold up. There we go. All right, man. So yeah, like I said, I got an album and I listen to that all the time. It's a lifestyle, not a phase. That's what I'm going on my goal. Like I said in my other podcast, I'm on the road to 80, right? And fitness wise, mentality, all the way there. It's lifestyle. My lifestyle is not a phase. We just going. Everything we do is embodied in our life and embodied in my lifestyle. Whether it's growing fitness, whether it's growing healthy, education, etc., whatever you want to throw, it's part of my lifestyle to get me to the next level where I want to be. All right, but this been a great opportunity. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for locking in. Remember, no excuse, just real work. Spaceman out.